Welcome to the channel, everybody. So today we are going to be continuing our quest for Cavalier on the backup account. We are going to be continuing by going through Act 5.4.4 and taking out MODOK. I will let you know the final fight does kind of get cut off a little bit, but there's a little extra twist at the end for that fight if you want to stick around and see it finish. That being said, let's go ahead and get into the level, take a look at things that are going to matter, talk about the nodes, talk about who you're going to be facing, and then take a look at those fights. Right off the bat here, we do have Breakthrough is going to be the main node for the path that we're taking. Now with Breakthrough, defenders start with 5,000 armor, but with every successful hit that you place upon them, you are going to be reducing that by 200. So you want some high damage dealing champions and some people that you can successfully get combos off with, because you want to be doing high hits on them, reducing that armor down, especially in the first fight, which is going to be Colossus. He also has enhanced armor up, and then Outlast, which reduces damage proportionate to the amount of health that he's lost, up to 20%. So be very careful on that. This can be a lengthy fight, but you know he's gonna be tanky, a lot more tanky than normal. But as long as you can eat away at that armor, bring in a good armor break champion, bring in a champion that you can deal lots of hits with, you can get through him very easily. After that, we're going to go on to Groot. Now, Groot has Last Stick. Now, what this does is if you get over 100 hits on him, he's going to become more aggressive. And then also on that, he also has Combo Lock. Now, this is a great opportunity for Aegon, because it means even if you slip up, you're still going to retain that combo, so you can transfer over quite a few hits into the next opponent. Now, after that is going to be Abomination, a Sinus champion, which great for going ahead and bringing Aegon in if you decide to use him as your skill champion, as we did, or go ahead and look at bringing in somebody as poison immune, especially considering he does have enhanced abilities and enhanced poison on top of the Breakthrough, like I said, which is the path node. Then we're going to go ahead and go on to King Groot, who has enhanced Fury and additional Fury as well. After that, we'll go over to Hulkbuster, who has a special 2 bias, and then he also has that Outlast node that Colossus had, so we're going to be reducing the damage by the amount of health he's already lost. Next, you're going to go over to Iceman, who is stun immune, and then also has Strike Back, which means every time you use a special on him, you're going to give him a bar of power. So you're going to want to be able to do a lot of damage off him without having to use your specials too often. Any champion that has to use a special over and over and over again is probably going to eat themselves alive. Next up, you're going to go over to Nebula, who has enhanced shock, and she's going to be a bit more defensive. So be careful there. You're going to want to bait her a little bit differently than normal, and want to be able to break through her defense and get her down quickly. After that, you're going to go over to Howard the Duck, who has enhanced armor and Mystic Ward. So pretty much just don't look at using your Mystic champions, though why you would be, that's a cosmic dream right there. So go ahead, and after that, you're going to face Hulk for a second time, but this time he's not going to have any nodes on him. And lastly, you're going to go over to MODOK for the boss. Now, he is going to have an enhanced force field, so that force field is going to be reducing even more damage, and it's going to be harder to actually connect to him. But he does have Kinetic Instigator, which means that if you are hitting into his block, you're actually going to be gaining power for doing so. Lastly, he does have Singularity, so every 5th hit is going to be a crit. So let's go ahead and get in, and let's see how this went for us. You're going to see right off here one team, but we ended up switching up a little bit here. Now, you're going to have multiple different paths here. The one we went with, like I said, is the Breakthrough path, which is path number 2. Now, like I said, breakthrough, enhanced armor up, and outlast for Colossus right off the bat there. We brought in Stark Enhanced Spider-Man to go up against him. As once we could get a few dexterities in on him, that was going to get us a little bit more damage. Plus, on top of that, we could evade him a little bit more, or at least that was the plan, was to evade him as much as possible. That way we could get those poise counters up and be able to do more and more damage as we were reducing his armor. Plus, on top of that, too, the Stark Enhanced Spider-Man is just going to get stronger the longer the fight goes on if you're getting those dexterities in. So, I mean, he is ideally a great one for going up on the mutants on this path. Now, like I said, for Groot here, because he did have that combo shield, we want to bring in Aegon early and start making sure that I was getting that combo meter up. We're already up to 14 here, which is nice. The more that we can transfer on to another fight so that we have as many of his abilities as possible open to us. Obviously, we're not looking to actually hit the 100 hit mark here, but 50, 60, 70 is going to do it quite a bit, especially consider we all know that Aegon's max potential comes out at 1,000. So there you see we transferred 26 hits over onto the Abomination fight here. Obviously Aegon is not poison immune by any means, so we've got to make sure that we're doing more damage to Abomination here than we are taking, which is a balancing act, but it is one of those things that we were doing fairly decent at until we got caught a few times there. So we went ahead and revived and came back in. Didn't get as much of a combo out of that as we would have liked to have. I came over here with King Groot, again, just looking to eat up champions and get my combo charges up so that I could have him in as great a shape as possible by the time we got to MODOK. Or at least, that's ideally what the plan was here. We've got a couple build-up champions in here. Obviously, Captain Marvel movie is a nice one to have built up and ready before you get to the boss. But we have a couple opportunities to do that with her, and we will be addressing that when we get to that point. But obviously, like I said, we're trying to get as out of these fights with as many hits on our combo meter as we can. By the time we got over at Hulkbuster here, Aegon was wounded, and on top of that too, we're sitting here with a tech champion. So of course, another great opportunity to build up charges for Captain Marvel movie here. You can see we're getting multiple parries in, which is great because those are just adding up those charges. But of course, we got up to the full 25, which we were able to go ahead and quickly take on Hulkbuster, but that did eat up quite a few of the charges for going forward. So we came over here to Hulk. We went ahead and healed up Aegon before this. We're going to have to face Hulk twice anyways, so might as well go ahead and use our best skill champion to do so and try and get that combo meter up even further. But of course, as you can see here, we got caught up on him, let him get that first stun off, and luckily enough, we didn't get caught in a juggle. But if we had, it would have been all she wrote. We barely pulled that one off, but we were able to pull out of that one again with a lot less of a combo meter than we wanted, but still able to go ahead and do something towards that end fight. Coming over here to Iceman is a great opportunity to get some of the genetic charges up on Apocalypse, and we were hoping to go ahead and be able to finish him with Apocalypse, but that clearly didn't work. So we went ahead and brought Captain Marvel movie in, figuring we'd go ahead and again pick up some charges. Obviously, again, we pushed all the way up to that 25 before, so we weren't able to carry over as many into this next fight. But of course, Nebula again is going to give us all kinds of opportunities between her shock damage and the fact that, we're already looking at a class advantage. We do have to be a little bit more aggressive about it on this one because of the fact that she's playing so much more defensively that it's a little harder to get the parries in that we were looking for. Again, we pushed up to full binary charges, detonated a special 3, hoping to get her down We did get her down without a problem, but again, with barely being able to carry over any charges. So again, over to Howard the Duck. Same principle. Let's get him down, but let's go ahead and try and save up some charges so that we have something for MODOK if we need to bring her in. Hoping that Aegon's going to be able to do all the work for us. But obviously, you know, it's always nice to have somebody on standby who is already pretty much primed and ready to go at their full capacity of what they're going to be able to do. You can see here we're already up to 20 charges. Luckily enough, we've eaten up quite a bit out of Howard, so that when he triggers us this time, we're looking at actually being able to get out of there with quite a few of our charges. We're not quite at the full 25, but it's putting us pretty decently here. So this Hulk fight, again, is a straightforward one because we don't have to worry about any nodes. So as long as we can keep him off of us and just build up that combo, we can put ourselves a little better off again for the MODOK fight. And we are doing pretty well here at keeping him baited off of us. And like I said, carried over 60 hits into the MODOK fight. Figuring that was going to set us up fairly well, and honestly, it didn't. So we ended up bringing Captain Marvel movie in twice. She got down so quickly the first time that we ended up going ahead and bringing her back in. This time we got the binary set off, so we had that indestructible phase where we were able to get almost the entire thing done in one fell swoop, but we failed just a little bit short before her binary ran out and got caught by the special 3 there. So we still had Overseer left alive. Thought maybe we could go ahead and power through this. I think with a little better gameplay we would have. Now this is where I said Aegon does actually finish up and in this. So we did finish it up. We cleared off the path, got our way into the opening, and that'll put us into Act 5.3.5, which puts us only 2 levels left in Act 5.4.5, sorry. Puts us almost at the end there, which is absolutely wonderful. And if you guys would absolutely love to continue to see these series, just make sure you're liking and subscribing on these. And check out the next video, which will be suggested down here in the corner. And I will see you guys back for the next one. Peace out.